we're going to do a fun project called Riding Dirty. It's going to familiarize you with Scratch and a lot of its capabilities. There's a step-by-step project guide that goes along with this video, so make sure you have that handy. You'll see that there is a slide right here, and it has a link that says step-by-step guide. Make sure you click on that before you continue on with the video. You're going to need this as you complete the project. Okay, so here's my step-by-step guide. Down below, I have three main parts of the project: accessing Scratch, creating the project, and sharing to the Padlet. The first thing you're going to do is navigate to Scratch. You can use the link in the step-by-step guide and sign in. Use your existing username and password, or you can join Scratch. I use a password manager that automatically types it in for me. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see your account name. You've got your profile, My Stuff, which is all your projects. If I click on My Stuff, I'll see some of the things I've done in the past. Beaver Monkey, Scratch Pong, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go back to the home page just by clicking on Scratch. Now that I'm successfully in Scratch, my next step is to create the project. Referring to my step-by-step project guide, it tells me I need to click on Create, and then I need to rename my project to Riding Dirty. After this, we can save our project by going to File, Menu. Save now. All right, let's go down to our sprite list. Right now we have a single sprite called Sprite 1. Then go to Costumes tab. We have two costumes. We're going to delete the second one by clicking the X. And then we're going to click on Add. We're going to find a car under Transportation, and we're going to add that to our stage. Press OK. Arrange the car right in front of Scratch Cat. And then using the selection tool, we're going to group these two items together. Just select them, and then use the Group button in the lower right-hand corner. All right. Now we have a custom sprite. Let's go to our sprite list. Click on the info pane, and here's where you can change the name of your sprites. We're going to change this one to Hoopty. Excellent. Now to the left of our sprite list, you'll see that there is a stage. Click on that. Here is our backdrop. We're going to change this using the various tools on the stage. So for example, I chose black, and I filled the stage with black. Then I chose gray, and I took my rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw something that looks like a street and fill it using the fill tool with gray. And what is a street without striped lines? Choose yellow, and then you can use the line tool to create street lines. A lot of different things you can do. This just gives you some practice using the different tools that are available. Excellent. So everything looks good. Let's use the text tool. Let's choose white, and let's use Scratch for our font face. We're going to label our backdrop with the text Ridin' Dirty, and then position that in the lower left-hand corner. Now the purpose of this project is to make Scratch drive, and he's going to lip sync to Chameleonaire's Ridin' Dirty. So we're going to need some sounds next. In our step-by-step guide, I have a place for you to download the snippet that you're going to use for Scratch Cat to lip sync. Make sure you click on Hoopty in the sprite list and delete the existing sound, and then choose Upload Sound from File. Navigate to the downloaded MP3, watch it convert, and it should add it to your Hoopty sprite. Now that we have our sprite and our sound, it's time to start doing some programming with Scratch. Go to the Scripts tab and go to the Events group. Drag the When Green Flag Clicked block onto the script area from the block palette. Then find the Broadcast block. The Broadcast block allows you to send a message when something happens. We're going to name our message to Ridin' Dirty. Whenever someone clicks on the green flag, we'll have this message that other blocks can listen for. Now let's go to Control, and we're going to use a Forever block. A Forever block is just like what it sounds. It's something that repeats other blocks over and over and over again. Let's see how this works. Let's grab a wait block. Wait does exactly what it sounds like. It waits and does nothing. Let's do half a second. And then the other thing we want to do is go to the motion group and let's say change X. Change X by 15. Now when I click on the green flag, it should wait half a second and then move Scratch 15 pixels on the X axis towards the end. So our forever block is doing exactly what we want it to, but it doesn't work if Scratch Cat gets to the end of the road. So we need to add something else. Go to the control group and bring in an if block. Move that if block within the forever block and the other blocks out, just like that. What we're going to do is we're going to use an operator. Choose the one that compares two values with the greater than symbol, and then go to sensing. What we're going to do is we are going to constantly look at the X position of the hoopty. So bring in the block that tracks the X position of the hoopty, and we're going to compare it to the X coordinate 320. So once the hoopty goes past the X coordinate of 320, we want to do something. What do we want to do? We want to set it back to the beginning of the road by using the set X block from the motion group. If you hover over the stage, you'll see that in the lower right-hand corner, it constantly shows you the X and Y value, and you can use that to help you program. So we're going to set it back to negative 320, just barely off the screen. Let's test it. Now, everything's going great. The code is continually checking to see whether the hoopty has crossed the 320 X coordinate. Once it does, it should pick up and move the car back to where X is equal to negative 320. Off the left edge of the screen. There we go. Perfect. So this is just an example of programming in Scratch. The next part of the project is going to be yours to accomplish. I've given you the code blocks that make Scratch lip sync perfectly to the song. Go ahead and pause the video and add these blocks to your code and test it. If you did it right, it should look like this. You can't hear my music, but it's perfectly synchronized to the beat. If yours isn't, you'll need to adjust your code. When you're done, save using File, Save Now, and then you're going to click on See Project Page. The project page is what you share with the outside world. You can add instructions, and you can add notes and credits. I'm going to make sure that people know that they need to click on the green flag to run my program. And then I'm going to credit Chameleonaire for the song that I'm using. When I've done those two things, I need to share. This makes my project publicly accessible. Now I can share this URL with anyone. It looks like my notes and credits didn't take because I didn't click out of the field. So I'm going to put that back in, watch it automatically save. Awesome. Now I can take my URL and put it into my clipboard, Control-C or Command-C. And if I go back to my project, it tells me that my last step is to share my completed project on the class Padlet. So I'm going to go to the Padlet, click on the wall, and that's going to allow me to make a posting. I'm going to put my first name and last initial and the name of the project. And I'm going to keep it simple. Where it says write something, I'm just going to paste the URL to my project. Lastly, I'm going to click on it and make sure that it works. Press the green flag, and there we are. Make sure you test thoroughly and see me with any questions you may have. Have a great day.